Diasporas often develop in verticals, so you have different elements of diasporas. The Turkish Women's International Network is run by Melek Pulat Konak, and that's based in New York, and I caught up with her when I was there recently. Okay, so the first question would be if you could just tell me a little bit about Turkish Women's International Network and how you connect with the Turkish diaspora.
Well, Turkish Women's International Network is a network for women with cultural, professional, and global ties to Turkey. What we aspire to do is to bring together not only women who share that same thread, whether they are in the diaspora or in Turkey, but who also share the same values, which are transparency, generosity, courage, and curiosity.
And could you give me some sense of the size of this organization?
Yes, we are very young. We launched this organization in November of last year, so we have about 50 members, and our email list is around 1,000 people.
And can you tell me what's the typical profile of a member?
A typical profile of a member is, right now, since we started our operation in New York, a Turkish woman who is working, has a senior role either in finance, marketing, or a nonprofit organization. We give fellowships to younger women. For instance, I have this senior at Swarthmore College, and in her junior year she got this $10,000 Eugene Lang Fellowship to give money to women in Turkey in microlending.
Are you modeled on any other organization?
We are modeled after A Small World because it's a network, it's a closed network where people invite each other. TED conferences for the lectures that we provide online, and we want to use the power of the video to spread ideas, as well as 85 Broads. It's the only kind of women's network that I know of that has online elements and is 26,000 women strong.
And how do you use technology?
How do we use technology? We use technology, all of our communication is online. People will be able to visit the website turkishwin.com to watch the videos. We are now using simulcasts to be able to, simulcast technology for people to watch our talks and events from all over the world. The membership database and functionalities are behind the firewall, so we use technology on that front. And we use social media elements like Facebook, Twitter.
And what's the potential for your organization?
Dream. The dream is to have 10,000 women in 3 years.
Wow. And do you have to have some Turkish connection to be involved?
You have to have a cultural, professional, or family connection to Turkey. So one of our advisory board members is Anastasia Ashman. She wrote the book Expat Harem, married to a Turk, lives in Istanbul. She fits the profile because of her values and what she wants to do. We're also looking for people who want to invest in the community, who just want to give as much as to get something from this network.
How do you fund it?
I fund it myself. I have a skeptical approach to nonprofits unless a nonprofit can have an endowment and does not worry about sustainability. It's very difficult financially to thrive the organization. I also have seen a lot of nonprofits having people come in to become board members, and they just, the bad crowd who wants to have the title kind of dries out the good crowd who wants to do the work. So it's a private organization. It has a for-profit model. Unless the value proposition is right, it's going to be funded by myself. If not, if people see what I want to do is right, then I'm charging membership fees, which are $150 per year for members who have a profession, and for academics it's $100 per year. So the membership fees are going to fund the organization. And I'm looking at, I'm in outreach mode to some organizations for mentoring program for sponsorship, but it's going to be a self-funded.
Are you outside the United States, or for Turkish women, like Germany, for example?
We will be. We are exploring the chapter concept on how we are going to grow. I haven't seen a successful chapter concept as well on how much to give out responsibility as well as financial responsibility to the chapters, because we have fixed costs of filming the talks, and the quality of the talks have to be above a certain level, and the organic organization has to happen so that our membership grows with the same values.
And what does success look like to you?
Success looks so colorful to me. So far, with the short lifespan that we have, we made the connection between Kiva, this micro-lending organization, and a local micro-lending organization targeting women. So I pretty much walked over to this organization in Istanbul and said, why aren't you a Kiva partner? They don't have a partner in Turkey. And I have been shadowing the process. 2 weeks ago, Kiva was in Turkey for due diligence. And I think by May, the first loan is going to be dispersed with a credit line anywhere from $65,000 to $1.5 million, depending on the credit score of the local organization. We are matching women for mentorship. So 2 women are connected for a lifetime if it's the right match. I'm connecting women within the network for different needs, whether it's to generate employment, role modeling, finding about different opportunities. We are also tapping outside of the network. For instance, we have a luncheon with 8 people with Senator Bill Bradley to talk about leadership. So we are bringing networks access to the rest of the network. If somebody has access to Bill Bradley to facilitate this luncheon, we'll do that, and it will change people's lives, and they will find an actionable way to contribute. We are opening up a scholarship fund in partnership with Turkish philanthropy funds. So we'll have a fund under TPF, and 5% of our membership goes as in donation funds to TPF. And later, when people who don't know about these organizations, what they want to help out, they will come together. So I think this has the potential to change millions of lives.
Yeah. Do you see a role of government in what you do, or will you keep it always private?
Private, no government.
No government.
If it's doesn't provide the value, it's not going to be embraced.
Yeah.
And today I heard from a woman, a Turkish woman. She's an executive director at UBS in New York. She's the first Turk to get the World Economic Forum's Young Leaders recognition and award, which was announced today. And, you know, convincing women like her to tap into a trust network to give and to get. So that's what we need to do. We don't need the funds, we need the human capital.
And finally, what do you think you've learned in this experience that will be of use or of interest to other diaspora organizations from other countries?
I think the power of stories is amazing. I highly recommend the video format to communicate those stories and to source them, to make them available to everyone. Because I find diaspora communities do things, and events are perishable. If you participate in an event, you'll hear somebody's stories, but if you don't, it's gone forever, or it's foretold in some other way. So I think the power of video and power of technology with social media is humongous. And people want to do something not only because they are Turkish or they're a woman. They want to do something because they think this organization has energy and it's going to be useful. So being a Turk does not make me want to be part of the philanthropy world or diaspora. Finding like-minded people where I find a home is my home away from home.
Fantastic. And finally, 10 years from now, where do you think it'll all be?
It will be, I think, the leading women's organization in Turkey and abroad, and I think it will be the role model to other diaspora organizations.